Hello everyone, Greg here with Millsview Ag Services. Wanted to talk and give everybody an update on what we're seeing in the fields. I'd like to note also that we are shooting this section here on Friday, June 16th. You'll be seeing it the following week. As everyone knows, they've pretty much taken the rain out of our forecast this weekend, so I know there will be a lot of concerns next week as we go into this next dry period. Standing in a field here today that was planted in late April. The corn's about V6. We've been out looking at a lot of corn this morning. The 3 different planting windows. We do have some corn out there planted earlier in the month of April, around the mid-month of April, late April. A lot of corn our growers planted in that May 4th, 5th through the 10th or 8th, I believe, window. Was a vast majority of corn planted then. Conditions were ideal. Really felt like we were hitting the sweet spot there on soil conditions. And then there was another smaller round of planting that was around May the 17th, 18th into the 20th, finished up about everybody else. Those particular plants are in V3 to V4. They are very short right now. Those nodes are really close together. That late May planting would be the planting that is showing a little bit of nutrient deficiencies. As we move to some bigger corn planted earlier, it has grown out of that. We have not seen any nutrient deficiencies really at all on the larger corn that's in the V5, V6 range. I believe the roots have gotten to where they needed to go. With that being said, I wanted to talk to everybody about what we're seeing as far as root structure. I know there's been some pictures online. We've posted some things on our Millsview Ag Services Facebook page with rootless corn syndrome. We've seen that in some very, very limited areas. But what we are seeing almost across the board in especially the corn planted in April and the corn planted in that first week of May, root development is really kind of strange on this stuff. We're seeing a lot of tomahawk or hatchet type roots, and I know it's not from poor soil conditions because those conditions were perfect. But the flash hot dry weather that we had really made that corn teeter on whether it was going to be kind of a rootless syndrome or not, and it took kind of an easy path straight down, is what it looks to me like. The root masses are not full from side to side like we'd like to see them, and we're going to include some pictures on a blog post here with this video that you'll be able to see some examples. But there are a ton of tomahawk roots out there with an open, if you look down, you can see that open seed slot still, and that's just what we're dealing with right now. That being said, the roots in the center of that slot are really deep. We've got some good examples of that. The roots are getting to the moisture. They're just not as full as what we'd like to see. How that plays out if it stays dry, we're not really sure yet. Something else I wanted to talk about was going forward. We know that we're in a pretty dry stretch here. You know, as of right now, I know personally I have not changed any management plans yet. We're going to be evaluating as we go forward. This corn is healthy. Like I said, we're not showing any deficiencies. It's got good color. So let's keep that in mind as we head into this dry stretch, that I don't really feel like we've lost a lot right now. So as always, reach out. We're always wanting to help in making smart decisions as we look at that 5th factor in growing a top crop, which is management throughout the season. If you have any questions, reach out to Stephen or myself. We will be providing another update next week as this crop moves along. We'll include some soybean observations at that time. Thanks and have a great day.